Alrighty, good afternoon everybody. I've got a surprise for you today, so let me just take a look here. As you would know, if you have your ear close to the ground here at DuePoint, on Monday we ran an incentive, a Facebook incentive, well not a Facebook incentive, a wealth engineer incentive, a connection incentive. For anyone who connected someone on their first point on Monday, you stand in line to win a brand new Apple iPhone. So I've got the brand new Apple iPhone here. I've got all the names of the wealth engineers that did some good work on Monday, and we're going to be drawing that a little bit later in the presentation. So you can get excited for that. All right. Again, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to DuePoint. Good afternoon to everyone tuned in on our live stream around the country. My name is Rob van der Bijl. I'm one of the executives here at DuePoint. I'm going to be spending 35 minutes plus an iPhone giveaway. Let's make it 40 minutes. 40 minutes this afternoon I'm going to be spending with you as we go through what we call our intro presentation. It is really a business proposition. It is an invitation to come join us in this partnership here at DuePoint. If you have any questions, reserve those until after the presentation. I'm sure someone is hosting you. Someone's invited you to watch this. You can direct any questions to them. All right, so let's begin. As you can see, DuePoint is a division of another company called Constantia Insurance Company Limited. Constantia is a registered insurance company in South Africa. We've been operating since 1952. We've been around for a very long time, nearly 7 decades. And so we've got a wonderful track record and a wonderful history, which I will touch on a little bit later in the presentation. Suffice to say that DuePoint was formed as a division only 3.5 years ago. So we're still fairly young. When a number of aspirations for the founders came together, and we'll go over these factors fairly quickly because this is prevalent to your point of view as well as to ours. So you are here lunchtime on a Friday watching this presentation for one reason only. What's that one reason? Money. You want to earn money, additional income. Why do we want to earn money? Why do you want something extra? Well, it's because of the circumstance that we find ourselves in. If our economy was doing well, if everything was hunky-dory at work, if retirement looked golden and rosy for us when we got there, you wouldn't be here. If your salary increased 15, 20% every single year in line with inflation, you wouldn't worry about groceries getting more expensive, petrol running away. Right? All these issues, these risks that we find ourselves having to face in our lives create a lot of problems for us. It affects our livelihoods. And you are here because you are willing to look at something, to do something that will help mitigate that risk, to help protect your livelihood against all these risks. And that's what our business is all about. We decided to create an opportunity of social entrepreneurship. This is an invitation for you to join a business where we get to do business. And the business that we get to do is to create better channels of distribution. We depend on you to go out and connect other people to our business. We don't do any marketing or advertising. We depend solely on you, 100%, to go tell people about DuePoint out there. And if you're able to do that, what we allow you to do is build your own channel of distribution. And that channel of distribution creates income for yourself. And so if you decide to join DuePoint, you become what we call a wealth engineer, and you get to start engaging in the DuePoint system. And like I said, your mandate, your responsibility is to go out and start connecting people to this business. If you're able to do that, and people decide to join you in your channel of distribution, well, then you start to create a channel of distribution. And the benefits inherent to creating a channel of distribution here at DuePoint, number one, are the ability to create additional income for yourselves. But the income is very important to understand because you get all types of income. The income we produce here is what we call recurring income. It's the best kind of income to produce. You get to share in a benefit of what insurance companies create. We create something called a book value. A book value is where we create our recurring income, and we share that with you. You're almost earning a royalty out of this business, which is a great setup for any investment. You go speak to anyone involved in investment, they'll say a royalty deal is a great deal to have because you don't get to share in the downside of business. You only get to share in the upside of business. You get to scrape the cream off the top every single month. And that's what you get to do here at DuePoint. Recurring income gets rid of a lot of risk. You think about your employment, your active employment, your salaries, the money that we earn, whether you run your own little business or whatever you do, is often attached to, it's constrained to activity. If you don't do work, you don't earn. Right? Even if you get sick, how many sick days will your boss give you a year? And if you run out of those, what's he going to say? I'll carry on paying you until you feel better. No. What happens if the company suffers? And they look at the numbers at the end of the month and they say, listen, we're not going to afford salaries next month. We have to retrench people. What happens when you get to retirement age? And they say, oh, you're looking like a real gogo at this stage. You have no value to our company anymore. You must go. Right? Legally, your company can retire you. And what happens when you retire? Your activity ends, your income ends. And so we have all these issues, these risks that we have to face when we are tied to activity-based employment. Here at DuePoint, we don't pay you for activity. We don't. We pay you for the channel of distribution that you build. And so we get rid of all of that. All right, I'm going to touch on more when we talk about assets. Power duplication is just your ability, your opportunity to go out and build a channel around you. You can go build a team around you to help you build a channel faster, greater. That means your income can increase exponentially here at DuePoint. Right, I had a meeting with one of our biggest wealth engineers. He's given himself a 5% increase in his income, and he earns a lot of money every single month since the start of the year. 5% a month. A month. We're lucky if we get 3% a year from our employers. Right? This business allows you to take control over your income. We don't have that control. This business allows you to do that. Our business is very flexible. We've invested a lot of money into technology. Technology is a wonderful thing. It makes business way easier if you get to engage in that technology. You can build your channel of distribution anywhere in the country, at any time of the day. I can send someone a WhatsApp 1,000 kilometers away from me. I can send them WhatsApp. Watch this presentation on YouTube. It'll change your life. By tomorrow, I could be building a channel in Springbok, Cape Town, Wellington, Worcester. It doesn't matter, right? Use the technology here at DuePoint to your benefit. It allows you to build a channel anywhere in the country at any time of the day. There's no startup capital required to get involved with DuePoint. We've designed this business to be very low risk, to have a low barrier to entry, because we're trying to make it as accessible to all South Africans. The greatest aspiration we have in this business, whether you might believe this or not, is actually to have a positive impact in the community and the country that we operate in. There are not many businesses that are able to do that. Right? We want to empower people in this business. We want to create wealthy individuals in this business. And so I don't want to be standing up here telling you about the most wonderful business opportunity and then say to you at the end, you've got to put down 20,000 Rand before you start. Then you've got fear suddenly motivating you in this business. We don't want that. We want you to consider this business without any fear, without the worry of risking anything or losing anything. Right? At the same time, we don't have qualifications, experience requirements. Now, build an asset. This is probably one of the most important benefits. You get to build an asset that you have ownership over. This channel of distribution that you start building for yourself is an asset. Right? This is the asset that pays you out every single month here at DuePoint. But the great thing about owning the asset is that it doesn't retire you. It doesn't retrench you. It doesn't stop paying when you're sick at home in bed. It doesn't stop paying you when you decide you want to take off. Who owns their own businesses? Anyone? Have you ever got to the end of the year and you thought, I want to go on holiday at the end of the year? As a business owner, when you go on holiday at the end of the year, you earn zero. Zero. That's what you have to come to terms with. I ran a digital agency for 15 years. All the staff wanted to go on holiday in December. December was a write-off. Did we have to pay salaries in December? Yes, we did. While everyone was on holiday. This is something that you had to plan for in business. But here at DuePoint, you own your own asset. And if you go on holiday in December, DuePoint's still going to pay you. So you win on both fronts here at DuePoint. Assets don't disappear when you die. Who's going to pass wealth onto their children or onto their beneficiaries, their spouse, whoever, when they die? Yes, I hope so. I hope wealth engineers have that legacy in place where they go, you know what? I'm getting really old. I can pass this business that's producing 50,000 Rand a month to my children. They might fight over it, but that's okay. But that's the power of building an asset that you have ownership over. So why do we spend 8 hours a day for 45 years working for somebody else? Why do we do it? One reason. It pays the bills. And that's the only reason. It is not going to create wealth for you. Our business is about creating wealth. And I'm telling you, you create wealth through recurring income, through owning the asset that you invest time into. That's the way we get to wealth. And then finally, there's absolutely no selling involved in our business. Aren't you relieved by that? Absolutely no selling. How many business opportunities have you gone to where you've had to load your boot full of boxes of products and then take them home and then sell them and then worry about the expiry date on them? I know you're all laughing because you've been involved in those businesses, right? You've been looking and looking and looking. You don't have to look anymore. You're in the right place. We don't have any boxes that anyone's going home with today. Our products are intangible. They're financial. It makes life 100 times easier. We've got systems in the cloud that take care of all the stock and distribution of our products. But your success at DuePoint is still dependent on your ability to build this thing called a channel of distribution. What is a channel of distribution? It begins with you. That's you. Little red man with his hand up. There you go. You've become a wealth engineer and a product owner at DuePoint, and now you've been told, I have to go connect people to the business opportunity. I don't have to sell, I just have to tell people about the business opportunity. And so you go out and you start telling people about the business opportunity. And so in this little example we've got 5 people that have joined your channel because of your efforts. Right? And 4 of those people have gone out and started building their own little channels. What they're doing in turn is actually helping you build your channel. And so if you build an effective, resourceful team around you, it can make your life great at DuePoint, right? You don't want to bring in desperate people with no resources. They're not going to build. Bring in strong people around you. And then after time, this is what your channel could look like very quickly. I'm going to introduce you to a lady. In 60 days, she's produced a channel that looks similar to this. In 60 days. This is the asset that pays you out every single month. This is the asset that you have ownership over. This is the asset that doesn't disappear next month if you don't do anything. It doesn't disappear if you die. It doesn't retrench you. It keeps paying you out every single month. Go speak to some of the wealth engineers. They've disappeared for a couple of months on end. DuePoint's still paying them. Still paying them because we don't pay you for activity, we pay you for the channel that you build. Right? Well, how do we pay exactly? So this is the mechanics of our returns program. We pay a base return fee of R27.50 for every product that you have in your channel. Right? It is a handsome amount. But the people that you connect personally fall on what we call your first point. So anyone you introduce to this business is on your first point, and on your first point we actually pay you R55 for every product. So this weekend you could go connect 10 people. You'd be earning R550 every single month from DuePoint. That's R6,000 a year in annuity income. But if you bring in a strong team and they go out and start connecting other people onto your second point, you get paid again R55 for every person, every product owner in your qualified channel on your second point. And so if you had 100 people on your first and second point, how much are you earning every single month? R5,500 a month. That's R60,000 a year. Right? Easy maths. Our remuneration program is not complicated. It is simple. You can work it out yourself, right? And when those people go out and connect more people, that's your third point. And so on, so forth. Fourth point, fifth point, sixth point, seventh point, all the way down to the 8th point. But as the product gets further away from you, that multiplier drops steadily, right? And so by the 8th point, you're still earning 4% of the R27.50. But what's important to know is that we don't limit you there. We don't stop you at the 8th point. You can carry on building beyond point 8, which means you can carry on earning beyond point 8. We don't place any limitation on the size of your channel or how much you can earn at DuePoint. What we're trying to foster at DuePoint are lifetime relationships with people that get involved with us. You might be sitting here thinking, I've just met you today and you want a long-term relationship. Yes, I do. I do. Are you a commitment phobe? Well, we'll take it a day at a time. Right? We won't get married yet. Let's just take it a day at a time. But that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to foster lifetime relationships with people. Why? Because again, our greatest aspiration is to have impact, real impact. And if this business can start producing wealth for you, sustainable wealth, wealth that doesn't require you to work forever, well, then I'm hoping you can look at it and go, yes, I'm comfortable to have a long-term relationship with this business, because it's worthwhile, knowing that they never limit how much money I can earn. I can do this business for 40 years and keep growing my channel every single month. Where will you be in 40 years in this business? Right? But people want to know, well, how much money am I earning tomorrow? I'm desperate today. I'm here today because I have necessity. I've got need. Petrol's going up again. Groceries are going up again. I need money now. So this will explain to you from month 1 all the way to month 60. This is a 60-month, a 5-year projection of your journey at DuePoint based on some activity. That some activity is you connecting 2 new people onto your first point every single month. Right? So if you can connect 2 people a month into your business, this is what you can expect from a returns point of view. After 6 months, you'll be at about 2,500 Rand a month. Now, this is always a great little number. Note I say little number, because that's what I thought when I saw it. I thought, oh, this is a little number for 6 months of work. I need more than that now. But I want to give you a sense of appreciation for the value of money, because what we do, and I do this all the time, I'm not pointing fingers, I'm telling you, this is what I do and we do all the time. We give money spending value. If I give you 2,500 Rand, how many of you are going to invest your 2,500 Rand, and how many of you will spend it?
I'll spend it.
I'll spend it. I'll tell you now. I'll spend it. Right? This is the mistake we make. This is the decision that we are free to make every single time we have money. And I'm hoping that when DuePoint starts paying you extra money, a second paycheck every single month, that you will use that to leverage your position to become wealthy. Because our business is not about income creation. Our business is about wealth creation. You can have a rich person here in Bryanston earning 250,000 Rand a month, and they're not wealthy. Why? Because they're spending all of it every single month with nothing to show for it. They've bonded a 10 million Rand house. They're driving a fancy car. The kids are going to private schools. There's no money left at the end of the month. There's no asset that they're building. Because the day they get retrenched, everything disappears. Everything disappears. The money goes, the house goes, the children get taken out of the private school. But if you start working towards wealth creation, you have to start focusing on getting rid of debt as quickly as possible. I know we all got debt. We've all got debt. Right? We get statistics from the FSB. We all got debt. Get rid of it if you want to become wealthy. Picture yourself with no debt. I can't picture that. I'm far gone. I'm far gone. I'm in too deep. I'm in too deep. But imagine when your salary gets paid into your account and DuePoint pays you a return into your account, and you don't have one debit order that goes off in the month. You pay for your kids' school fees 1 year up front. The car you have in the garage is paid off. The house is paid off. Imagine that day. That's where wealth starts. And so with little 2,500 Rand, you can start to make a difference already. You can pay a property, a 1 million Rand property off, not in 20 years, but in half the time, by just putting 2,500 Rand into your bond extra every single month. You put in 20% extra into debt, it reduces your debt by 50%. Think about that for a second. Extra 20% reduces it by 50%. On a 1 million Rand house, it'll save you 900,000 Rand in interest. That little 2,500 Rand. So look at 2,500 Rand and think again, that's small money. It isn't. It is very powerful if we think about it differently. At month 12, you're earning 9,000 Rand a month. At month 24, 2 years from now, you could be earning 28,000 Rand a month, and this number gets bigger. Why? Because it's not your salary. It is your channel of distribution that is able to get bigger every single day. At month 36, we're close to 50,000 Rand a month. Month 48, we're close to 70,000 Rand a month. In 5 years from today, statistically, and this is a very accurate projection, statistically, you'll get to about 85,000 Rand a month, which is 1 million Rand a year in annuity income. Think about that. Wouldn't you love to tell your boss what you really think about them? Wouldn't you love to do that? One day you can just walk into their office and say, you know what? And then you can tell them everything you think. Why? Because you've created true liberty for yourself. True liberty is financial freedom. It's about having options to do what you want. And you can do it through DuePoint, right? It doesn't happen overnight, but just a little bit every single month will get you there. It'll get you closer and closer and closer. But this is academic, and that's why we've got some wonderful people that we like to introduce to you. We've got new people every single month. He hasn't saying she's been in the business 6 months. 6 months. 60 days. 2 months. She's created a channel that's paying over 3,000 Rand already. Shouldn't wait 6 months to get there because she's connecting 10 people a month. Look at the bottom there. She's connected 21 people onto her first point in the space of 60 days. Those 21 people have gone out and connected 77 people, right? Her channel is 6 points in size already. It's almost like that diagram I showed you. She's done that in the space of 60 days. Think about what she was doing 60 days ago. She had 3,200 Rand less in her bank account 60 days ago. Right? And so you can make this business work for you quickly if you want to do it. If you want to do it. Then we've got George and Bridget Buerter. They went to rank 4, so their channel's growing nicely and steadily. They've been in the business for 2.5 years. They've got 15 active people on their first point. Only 15. But because of time, the 15 have had a lot of time. They've introduced nearly 200 people into their channel. And their channel's 7 points in size. Our business is about time and numbers, not only numbers. You have to have the patience to let time unfold, to let your channel, your first point, go out and start telling people, right? And so we've got thousands of people joining our business every single month. You're free to go look at all the testimonies that we have on our YouTube channel, some wonderful testimonies, and people of all sorts of backgrounds and experience and aspirations doing business with DuePoint. The system's identical for everybody. You have to remember that you're at liberty to decide what you want out of DuePoint. Someone said to me, DuePoint's got like this big table in front of everybody. And we've got everything from 1,000 Rand a month to 100,000 Rand a month and beyond. We've got cars and holidays and all kinds of things. You just have to decide what you want. No one's stopping you. Nobody is stopping you. If you feel someone's stopping you, you need to look closer in the mirror and say, why are you stopping me? Get out of your way. Get out of your way and do it. Right? Available for everybody. So that's our returns program. We have a cherry on top. We've got a rewards program on top of our returns program. The rewards program, it's like I said, George and Bridget Buerter have gone to rank 4. Our rewards program is made up of all these ranks. And when your channel size starts getting to certain sizes, we call those ranks. So the bigger your channel gets, the higher the rank that you achieve with DuePoint. So one of the first notable ones is rank 5. We give you a business toolkit really made up of our merchandise to just help you prospect more successfully. Business is business. Don't ever look at DuePoint and treat us like a gym contract or a New Year's resolution or a hobby. We're not. This is business. We do have people that treat us like a New Year's resolution and a hobby. They do. They think it's just something they can do when they feel like it. They don't treat it that seriously. They don't have business cards. They go talking to people, hoping that people will join. Those people aren't doing anything in our business. You have to treat this like a professional business. Sometimes I say maybe it would be better if we asked people for 20,000 Rand up front to do this business, because then they would take it more seriously. They would contribute more effectively into the business, and they would see the rewards more effectively, right? And so when you do business, look like you're doing business. Our merchandise allows you to look like you're doing business properly, professionally, that you take it seriously. People will sum you up in 3 seconds. In 3 seconds, you walk into the room, you say, I've got a business to tell you about. They will look at from your shoes to your hair, and they will decide in seconds whether they can trust you, whether you're going to waste their time or not, whether you only have your interest at heart and not theirs. You can get the business cards before rank 5, by the way. You just go to reception and you phone reception and you order them, right? Start looking professional when you're doing business. Rank 7, oh, we make you look like a professional superstar at rank 7. Why? Because we spend 17,000 Rand on one set of business cards for you. Think about that. One set of business cards, 17,000 Rand is the cost to manufacture them. They are handmade. There's no printing on these business cards. Everything is gilded in gold foil on the business cards. They're 4 times thicker than a normal card. There you can see someone's flashing their fancy business cards around. Patrick literally the Don of DuePoint with these fancy business cards. Why? Because it makes a massive impression. When you sit down at a meeting and you're able to give someone a 17,000 Rand business card, they think, sure, this person's serious, right? Then 2 ranks after that, at rank 9, we get to take you and your family to our rank 9 international conference, not once, but every single year for the rest of your life. By rank 9, you have 1,000 products in your qualified channel. You are earning around 20,000 Rand a month, and you get to go home and tell your family, I'm taking you on a millionaire's holiday at the end of the year. Because we fly you and your family business class there and back. We pick you up in a black car in your driveway. You leave your wallet at home. We don't want you spending a cent on this holiday. We take you to the business class lounge. If you're outside of Joburg, we will fly you to our Tambo. We fly business class to a 5-star luxury resort, and we spend 7 days there, and it's an all-expenses paid trip. It is literally a trip only millionaires can afford. Who's willing to spend 200,000 Rand a week on their holiday? Right? You don't think you'd ever get there. I don't think I'd ever get there. Spend 200,000 Rand a week on a holiday. I say to the kids, you must be crazy. We're going to Umhlanga Rocks. That's the best we're getting. The beach is there, the sea's there, everyone speaks English. Why you want to go to Mauritius? But you will know when you get there. But to help you understand, we've documented our last 2 trips. So take a look at our footage from our trip and believe that you can get there. People have gotten to rank 9 in 5 months in this business. So who would like to join us? It's available for every single one of you. Every single person for the rest of your life. Going to Mauritius or wherever we decide to go to every single year. 20,000 Rand being deposited into your bank every single month. And guess what? Your channel can keep on growing beyond rank 9. It can keep growing every single day. By rank 11, we spend $250,000 Rand and we buy you a brand new car. We pay for it cash and we deliver it to you. It's your car. No T's and C's, not rented, it's not leased. You don't give it back if you stop doing DuePoint. The car is yours. It's parked in your garage. No debit order at the end of the month. No installment, no finance, no debt. This is early days. If you're building properly here at DuePoint, this is 2 years. 2 years. We're only at rank 11. It goes up to rank 28. I speak about a lifetime commitment. Because to get to rank 28, I think you're going to take about 25 years to get to rank 28. But by the time you get to rank 28, you are earning probably $500 million a month. Believe it or not. You might be looking at me and go, this guy's crazy. My invitation is for you to come join crazy. Yes. Or you can stay where you are. That's the choice.
I joined the crazy.
The people that dream big have always been accused of being crazy. Always. Much easier to say, oh no, that person, don't know what they're thinking. They'll never do that. Right? We've got lots of wealth engineers that are doing that already. Right? I speak to them. They say their families laugh at them. They say those businesses don't work. They categorize DuePoint with those businesses. We're not one of those businesses. We're a unique business. And the best in the country. Right? With huge aspirations. In 25 years' time, it's not going to be a South African business. It's going to be a global business. And you'll either be sitting there going, I should have joined that business 25 years ago. Or you'll be with us. That is the invitation. This short 35-minute invitation is going to require a decision. Not today, every day. A decision every day. What are you doing tomorrow? What are you doing on Sunday? What are you doing on Monday? DuePoint, DuePoint, DuePoint. But our business is built on the backbone of our products. Our products are designed with wealth in mind. They're designed with wealth in mind. They're not arbitrary financial products. They've been innovated. They are brand new. They've been designed for DuePoint wealth engineers. So our first product is called Access Wealth. It's an investment and an insurance product rolled into one. Only 324 Rand a month. 100 Rand gets invested into a tax-free investment fund, and you get 120,000 Rands worth of personal accident death cover. So if you're killed in any form of accident, we'll pay out 120,000 Rand to your beneficiaries. We've paid out 100% of our claims at DuePoint in the last 4 years. 100%. And we've tried to make the products accessible to everybody at the same price. Right? This is a good thing for business at DuePoint. The price is the same for everybody. You don't come in and go, oh, got a bad back and I'm 62, and we go, oh, your premium is 5 times what it is for everybody else. Our premiums are the same for everybody, right? Regardless of age or health. Wealth Guard's our second product, 249 Rand a month. You get a 1 million Rands worth of personal accident death cover. Available to anyone over the age of 18. The price stays the same for everybody. Then we've got Family Wealth, which is our funeral cover product, probably the best funeral cover product in the country. Starts at 299 Rand a month, gives you 20,000 Rands worth of funeral cover, plus you get 10,000 Rands worth of debt protection. So upon your death, not only do we cover the funeral cost, but we also pay any debt or liability that you have up to the value of 10,000 Rand. And this covers 5 family members. You can increase it up to 10 family members. You can also increase the cover to 30,000 Rand. Up to you. Some flexibility built into this product. The age limit for this one is 70 years of age, so you have to get in before you turn 70. But once you're in, it becomes whole of life. So we won't kick you off the cover. There's a lot of insurance products. You get to 70, 75, they say, thanks for your business, we're closing shop for you. You can get to 110 years old, you'll still be covered by Family Wealth. And then finally, we've got Wealth Points. Wealth Points aims to lower your monthly expenditure Why? Because for 299 Rand a month, you get to enjoy discounts and services from all those companies that you see listed there. And I bet you spend money at some of those businesses already, right? You can enjoy discounts through our Wealth Points program. Because if we can lower your monthly expenditure, you get to spend less. If you get to spend less, you get to debt-free faster. If you can get to debt-free faster, you can get to wealth faster. So those are our 4 products. Same price for everybody. Simple to understand, straightforward. We are not trying to complicate our business. We're trying to simplify financial services and make financial services more accessible. So those are the 4 products. For those of you that need money now, who needs money now? Right now. Yes, please, everyone needs money now. We have the Achiever Quest. The Achiever Quest, you can earn 16,500 Rand in your first month here at DuePoint. Why? Because we've got 3 tiers of the Achiever Quest. If you can connect 10 new people on your first point who all pay successfully in the same month, we'll give you 5,000 Rand on top of your return, on top of your rewards. Right? So this is like a third benefit to DuePoint. If you do 20, we'll give you 10,000 Rand, and if you do 30, one a day, we'll give you 15,000 Rand on top of your returns every single month. And you can do this every single month. Every single month you can earn at least 16,500 Rand a month. Straight out the gates, right? Then we've got a long-term incentive called the 365 Challenge. This looks at a year, so 365-day period, where you're able to connect 365 people onto your first point in a year. So it almost takes that third tier of the Achiever Quest and it stretches it over a whole year, because on average you've got to connect 1 person a day to this business. Is it worthwhile? You tell me. If you can do it, we'll make you a millionaire in 1 year. If you want to be earning 40 to 50,000 Rand by this time next month, you want the business cards, the business pack, the car, you want the Mauritius holiday, you might even get to the Mediterranean cruise every single year. And we'll give you 365,000 Rand check on top of everything. And if you do the Achiever Quest, it's another 180,000 Rand in value over that year. It's about 1.5 million Rand in value that you can create for yourself in 12 months. Now, tell me, what are you doing in the next 365 days? Is your boss going to pay you 1.5 million Rand? Never. So now you have to ask yourself, is this something I should do? It sounds very difficult. Who thinks it sounds difficult? Break it down. Break it down. You've got to connect 1 person a day. How do you connect 1 person a day? Well, you need to speak to about 5 people a day. Because statistically, we're just talking statistics like a business. We look at it statistically. If I go and speak to 5 people a day, odds are 1 or 2 people will be interested. Let's take it to 10 people. I need to speak to 10 people. I break it down. I speak to 3 in the morning, 3 at lunchtime, 4 in the evening. I do that every single day for a year. Statistically, I will get 1 person to join. Is it worth 1.5 million Rand in value? And it doesn't stop. It doesn't stop this time next year. You're earning 50,000 Rand a month. And the month after that, 50 again. And if you keep growing at this pace, within a year or two's time, you're going to be earning 150,000 Rand a month. Even if you don't get this, let's say you fall short, you only go halfway. You say, I tried to do 1 a day, but I only did 1 every second day. And so I only got 180 people on my first point. If you do 180 people on your first point, you'll get to about rank 9, 10 in 1 year. You'll be earning 20, 25,000 Rand a year. You can't lose. You can't lose. Remember I said to you, I want you to be able to consider this business without the fear of risk. You've got nothing to lose. But now we have to motivate ourselves from something other than fear. That's more difficult. So what is the decision? The decision is not what you want. It isn't. Who wants to be a millionaire? See, that's not the question. That's not the answer I want. Who's going to tell 10 people about DuePoint tomorrow? That's the one I want. That's the one I want. That's the question. That's the question you've got to ask yourself every single day. How many people am I going to tell DuePoint about today? It's not if I want to be rich, I want to be wealthy. That's what happens when you make the decision of, am I going to tell people about DuePoint? It's the result. So that is the decision I'm asking you to make today. Can you fit DuePoint into your life? A reminder, we've got a Bloemfontein encounter, a wonderful opportunity to build your channels in the Free State. In the Free State, lots of opportunity in the Free State, lots of gold as well. Flat with little hills everywhere. right? I'm from the Free State, so I know. All you have to do is make a list, phone people, invite them to this business seminar. Brendan's going down. He will help you build your channels in the Free State. You just have to phone and connect and invite people. That's for free. Go onto our website, events, click register, put all your guests in. Remember, only half your guests will arrive. That's a warning. That's a pro tip. Pro tip, invite 50, only 20 arrive. Why? Don't ask why. Don't ask why. Just know the fact. Tomorrow we have a wonderful development seminar. This is going to be, I think, probably one of the most popular dev seminars. Because the power of social media is undeniable today, and it is becoming greater and greater every single day. Right? So how do we harness social media to grow a channel? We're going to be discussing it tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock. So come join me here at head office, 11 a.m. It's an hour development seminar. It'll be available on our live stream, so you can tune in from wherever you are in the country and watch it, and it'll be available for everybody from tomorrow morning. So just a reminder, that dev seminar happening tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Quick touch on our business. So we are a part of Constantia. Constantia are our principals, registered insurance company. When you join DuePoint, for me what is very important is that you be able to take a step forward with DuePoint feeling proud of the partnership that you've joined into. Why? Because you can be proud. You're part of a very well and respected financial business in South Africa. It's been around for nearly 70 years. If you look around you, if you come to our offices, if you go to our website, if you look at our mobile app, if you look at everything that DuePoint does, you can see that there's credibility and pride in everything that we do. And then at the same time know that we are listed. So we are audited as a public company every single year. We are regulated by the Financial Services Board. We're part of the DMA, the DSA. This is a reputable business. I know you might have been involved in business opportunities and been, let's say, scammed in the past, but that will never happen here at DuePoint. Why? Because we're trying to build lifetime relationships, and those are only built on trust. And trust can be broken in a second, whereas credibility and trust are built over many years, and that's what we're trying to establish. So be aware of that. Go onto our website, go look at the financial licenses we have. That's the FSP number that we operate under. Our licenses are on display outside above the water cooler. They're on the FSCA website. Go do some snooping around so that you know our business back to front. Right? And with that, let's give away an Apple iPhone. Leon, don't you want to call Jane? We'll get Jane to pull the paper out here. All righty. How many names do we have about?
16.
16 names. Okay. Pull anyone out. They all have my name on them.
There you go.
All of them.
Oh, no.
Oh, Francina Celetella. I think Francina is starting to collect iPhones, right? She's conquered so many wealth quests. Congratulations, Francina. Hard work pays off. Even beyond returns and rewards and wealth that you're building, every now and again, if you keep your eyes open and you keep pushing, suddenly you've got a brand new Apple iPhone in your hand. So congratulations to Francina. And guys, I thank you for your time. If you have any questions, go speak to the person that's hosting or introduced you to DuePoint. And my wish for every audience, my sincere wish is that you get to create prosperity for yourself this year. You might think that it's impossible. You look around you, you listen to the news, open a newspaper. You can't go, oh, this is a prosperous circumstance we find ourselves in this year. You get onto Facebook at the end of the year, are you going to be hearing happiness or complaints when New Year's arrives? Every New Year's it happens on social media. Ah, that year was a terrible year. Next year is going to be better. You've got to do it for yourself. DuePoint is a business that allows you to do it for yourself. We don't have to depend on anyone else to do it. So good luck and thank you.